50.
Yeah, we're at the 50. Hey, shalom. We're back. That was annoying because I had to do things with video, yada yada. Basically, my phone doesn't have a lot of internal memory space left, and yes, I've paid for the Google to have 100 gigabytes of that did nothing. Did nothing. So I was messing around with it, and I finally figured out how to download videos directly from my phone to the computer, so I can keep my videos instead of deleting them. That way, if YouTube decides to nuke my channel, I'll still have my videos. Which I don't think YouTube would nuke my channel, but you never know, you know. They don't. They're heathens, and they don't like Christian stuff. So you're Christian, you read the Torah. Yeah, okay. It's the Old Testament, guys. It's just whatever. Look, my wife made me a bookmark. It's supposed to be a flower, right?
It's a practice granny
It's
square.
a practice granny square because she's working on a cool hat. What's it called? A long cap?
It's just a slouch hat.
A
Slouchy beanie.
A slouchy beanie. I don't know. She does cool things with crochet. Bookmark. Okay. All right, you ready, babe?
Yep.
Oh, slouchy beanie. Huh?
Where is that? I don't know how to get there.
It's right here.
It's not though.
But it's right there. Yeah, no, you go to listen and read, and then you go to the Torah. But we're at the end. We just have to read 50. So I'll just read 50 because we left off at an interesting conversation about mummies. Yeah, 51. Okay, here you go. Here you go. All right. Genesis 50. And Joseph fell on his father's face and wept over him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. So the physicians embalmed Israel, and 40 days were completed for him. For so are completed the days of embalming, and the Mitzrayites wept for him 70 days. And when the days of weeping for him were past, Joseph spoke to the household of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found favor in your eyes, please speak in the hearing of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, See, I am dying. Bury me in my burial site, which I dug for myself in the land of Canaan. And now please let me go up and bury my father and return. And Pharaoh said, Go up and bury your father, as he made you swear. And Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Mitzrayim, and all the house of Joseph, and his brothers, and his father's house. Only their little ones and their flocks of their herds they left in the land of Goshen. Goshen, not Goshen, Goshen. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond the Jordan, and they lamented there with a great and very heavy lamentation. And he performed 7 days of mourning for his father. And when the inhabitants of the land of the Canaanites saw the mourning at the threshing floor of Atad, they said, This is a grievous mourning for the Mitzrayites. That is why its name was called Abel Mitzrayim, which is beyond the Jordan. And his sons did to him as he had commanded them. For his sons brought him to the land of Canaan, and buried him in the caves of the field of Machpelah. Gosh, I really do just need to go learn Hebrew. Machpelah, before Marmir, which Abraham bought with the field from Ephron the Hittite as property for a burial site. And after he had buried his father, Joseph returned to Mitzrayim, and he and his brothers and all who went up with him to bury his father. And when Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, What if Joseph hates us and pays us back all the evil which we did to him? And they sent word to Joseph, saying, Before your father died, he commanded, saying, This is what you are to say to Joseph. I beg you, please forgive the transgressions of your brothers and their sin, for they did evil to you. And now please forgive the transgression of the servants of the Elohim of your father. And Joseph wept when they spoke to him. And his brothers also went and fell down before his face. And they said, See, we are your servants. And Joseph said to them, Do not fear, for am I in the place of Elohim? And you intended evil against me, but Elohim intended it for good, in order to do it as it is this day, to keep a great many people alive. And now, do not fear, I provide for you and your little ones. Man, Joseph is just a class act dude. You know? After all that crap of getting left in the well, getting sold into slavery, going all, Potiphar and all that, and, the years in prison, and then, literally becomes second only to Pharaoh, and, all that goodness gets put on him. He gets a wife and the whole kit and caboodle out of it, and his brothers are like, man, Dad's dead now, and Dad was the only reason that Joseph wasn't killing us. So they're like, we'll be your servants. And Joseph's like, no, dude. I went through a bunch of crap, but look at how it turned out. This was all God's plan for me to go through this crap. And that's why I think that's a learning opportunity for us. Like, when I'm like, oh man, this sucks. We're in a camper. It's horrible. It's all this. There was some crap I had to, today was, I did a deep clean because I just couldn't stand it anymore. Because Corinne tries, but with the kids, I was like, we're putting all your toys in a bin. They're going in a bin, because I'm not going to trip on toys anymore. Love you, babe. But it's a lot. It's a lot. So, I mean, I get it. I'm over here in my woes, and they're nothing compared to Joseph. Where was I? Provide for you. Yeah.
Provide for you and your little ones.
Yep. So he comforted them, and he spoke kindly to them. And Joseph dwelt in Mitzrayim, he and his father's household. And Joseph lived 110 years, ripe old age. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children to the third generation. The children of Machir, son of Manasseh, were also born on Joseph's knee. And Joseph said to his brothers, I am dying, but Elohim shall certainly visit you and bring you out of this land to the land which he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph made the children of Israel swear, saying, Elohim shall certainly visit you, and you shall bring up my bones from here. And Joseph died, being 110 years old. And they embalmed him, and he was placed in a coffin in Mitzrayim. All right, that was the last of that portion, right?
Yes.
Cool. We actually finished the portion. Yeah, struggle session. Let me see the next one. Let's do the next one. I know. Why don't you have these memorized? I have only so much space here. All right. 1 Kings 2, 1 through 12. Kings. Judges. Kings. 1 Kings. We're right. 1 Kings 2. Not. Yeah, so far. What'd you think, babe? What'd you think about the first one?
Not bad.
Any thoughts besides mummies and being eaten by Europeans?
No.
Yeah, if you missed that first video we did on this Vayechi part 1, yeah, Corinne had some interesting commentary about Europeans eating mummies, and I was flabbergasted because I didn't realize that was a thing, but apparently it was a thing. Like I said, we don't eat people. There's a Torah for that. 1 Kings 2, 1 through 12. Want me to read? Or you want to read?
Mhm.
Okay. Two. All right. And the days of David drew near to die, and he commanded Solomon his son, saying, "Whoops! Uh-oh. Child rolled out of bed. Disaster. Disaster."
Start that
Huh? It's okay. I don't want to have to restart the whole video. I don't have the editing software, babe. I know. It's okay. All's well. Child just rolled out of bed. And she's fine. Yes. Okay. Thunk. It's terrible. Where was I?
one. Just started.
And he commanded Solomon his son, saying, "I am going the way of all the earth, and you shall be strong, and be a man, and guard the charge of Yahuwah your Elohim, to walk in his ways, to guard his laws, his commands, his right rulings, and his witness, as it is written in the Torah of Moses, so that you do wisely all that you do and wherever you turn." And so Yahuwah does establish his word, which he spoke concerning me, saying, "If your sons guard their way to walk before me in truth with all their heart and with all their being, saying, there is not to cease a man of yours on the throne of Israel. And also you know that Joab, son of... I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Surah? What does it say there? Do you have a translation for that? It's 5. Zeruiah?
Yeah.
Okay. What's wrong, baby? Shh. Did to me, and what he did to the 2 commanders of the armies of Israel, and to Abner, son of Ner, and Amasa, son of Yethar, that he killed them, and shed the blood of battle in peace, and put the blood of battle on his belt that was around his waist, and on his sandals that were on his feet. So act according to your wisdom, and do not let his gray hair go down to Sheol in peace, but show loving commitment to the sons of Barzillai and Barzillai and Giladite. Giladite. I'm so tired. And then my English is not Englishing. Well, this is not English. This is Hebrew. My over there language is not over thereing. And let them be among those who eat at your table, for so they came to me when I fled from Ashbalam, your brother. And see, with you is Shammai, son of Gurah, the Benjamite from Bahrum, who cursed me with grievous cursings. In the day when I went to Mahaim, but he came down to meet me at the Jordan, and I swore to him by Yahuwah, saying, I shall not put you to death with the sword. And now do not leave him unpunished, for you are a wise man, and know what you should do to him, and shall bring his gray hairs down to Sheol with blood. And David slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David. And the days of David reigned over Israel was 40 years. He reigned 7 years in Hebron, and in Jerusalem, he reigned 33 years. And Solomon sat on the throne of his father David, and his reign was firmly established. It was just a 12, right? Yep. So, summary. David was telling his son, hey, these are the people you need to take care of, because I couldn't take care of them due to promises I made, but you're a new guy, so take care of them. It's a hit list. It's a hit list. Is that what you got? That's what I got. David was telling Solomon to some dudes. Yeah, that's what I got. All right. What's next? The Brit Hadashah?
Exactly, David.
Let me see. Any commentary on David's hit list? No. Okay. Gospels. All right. New Testament. The Brit Hadashah. John 13, 1 through 19. We're actually going to get through a whole Torah portion here. It's cool. Luke. It's Luke and then John, right? Luke, John. Yeah, John. There we go. Look, I kind of know my Bible. Kind of. John 13, 1 through 19. All right. There you go, babe. Okay. All right. So we are in John 13, 1 through 19. And before the festival of Pesach, Yeshua, knowing that his hour had come, that he should move out of the world unto the Father, having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. And supper taking place, the devil having already put it into the heart of Judah, from Cariot, right? It's from Cariot. Son of Shimon, to deliver him up.
Are you trying to say Iscariot?
Iscariot.
Iscariot.
Well, in the scriptures, it's Qerio.
Hebrew and English.
Right. So it's Iscariot in English. Cariot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. We had a conversation about this when we were at Shabbat a few weeks ago about was Judas really, I mean, was it like from the beginning planned that Judas was always going to betray Yeshua? And I don't think so. I think Yeshua was going to end up on the cross, but Judah made a choice, and so Yeshua saw that and he knew it. And so, I mean, some people are like, oh, predestination or whatever. I don't believe in predestination. I think we all have choices to make. I'm sure that the Father's will would have been carried out whether Judas did what he did or not. What do you think, babe?
Well, as mentioned, his heart condition already was a little deceitful when it came to money, carrying the bag. But I also kind of like how The Chosen portrays him a little bit.
Yeah.
They add the humanity aspect to him. Because I think a lot of people look at Judas as like, the devil almost. They think he's a horror bad person, and I don't know if he was or not. Because we only know one glimpse of him, and that's in the scriptures.
Well, that's in the scriptures. I mean, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, look, the devil had control. I'm just like, yeah, you have to remember that these gospels were written by dudes. Like John was a guy, and Peter was a guy, and Mark was a guy, and Matthew was a guy. Like, they all had their opinions, and I'm pretty sure some of them were pretty sore about what happened. So, they might have wrote it in a certain way, but, like, I like The Chosen a lot, but again, it's just a show, and so we have to really pay close attention to what the scriptures say. And, my thing is, I don't think Judas was predetermined from the beginning or the foundation like some people teach. There are some people out there who've taught like, oh, this had to happen, this had to be this way, or else. I don't think so. I think the Father's will happen, but I don't think it has to happen in a certain unique way. Like, I think there's many ways to get there,
Well, if not Judas, it could have been someone else.
Yeah, if not Judas, it would have been someone else. That's my opinion. I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. Probably nothing. But anyways, just a little rabbit hole there. Let's see. Yeshua, knowing that the Father had given all into his hands, and that he had come from Elohim and was going to Elohim, rose from the supper and laid aside his garments, and having taken a towel, he girded himself. So he basically he loinclothed up. You ever hear like to gird yourself for battle? Because we're all wearing man dresses back in the day. He loinclothed up. After that, he put water into a basin and began to wash the feet of the taught ones, and to wipe them with the towel with which he was girded. And so he came to Simon Kepha, so Simon Peter, so Shimon Kepha, Simon Peter, and he said to him, Master, do you wash my feet? Like, he's like, what? Why are you washing my feet? Yeshua answered and said to him, you do not know what I am doing right now, but you shall know after this. And Peter said to him, by no means shall you wash my feet ever. Yeshua answered him, if I do not wash you, you have no part with me. And Simon Peter said to him, Master, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. I remember this scene of The Chosen. It's pretty good. Yeshua said to him, he who has had a bath does not need to wash except his feet, but is clean altogether, and you are clean, but not all of you. For he knew who would deliver him up. So he said, you are not all clean. So when he had washed their feet and taken his garment and sat down again, he said to them, do you know what I have done to you? Well, you know what, though? That may have just blown a hole in my argument. Because Isaiah prophesies that this doesn't Isaiah prophesize that he would be betrayed? I'm gonna have to look at that again now. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. That's a rabbit hole I need to go down and tugged on that string, because I think Isaiah prophesies that he'll be betrayed by his own. Yeah. But that doesn't necessarily. It doesn't have to be Judas. So yeah,
like,
you know what? Yeah.
Any one of them.
Yeah, you're right. Could it?
Right,
it is heart condition. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to look at that, though. That's an interesting little thing to tug at. So he had washed their feet and taken his garments and sat down again, and he said to them, do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and master, and you say, well, for I am. Then if I, master and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. So iron sharpens iron. If I gave you an example that you should do as I have done to you, truly, truly, I say to you, a servant is not greater than his master, nor is an emissary greater than he who sent him. If you know these teachings, blessed are you if you do them. I do not speak concerning all of you. I know whom I have chosen, but that the scripture might be fulfilled, he who eats bread with me has lifted up his heel against me. Let's see. Okay. Was it 19? To 19, or was it 18? It was to 19. You guys.
Yeah.
9 to 19, okay. Now I say to you, before it takes place, that when it does take place, you shall believe that I am. So, there's the prophecy. And that's, I think that's Isaiah. Is it 41:9? Or what's TEH stand for? TEH. Hang on a second. I'm going to go check out Isaiah for a second. I think that's the prophecy in Isaiah, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, 41:9. I may be wrong. Still getting area familiarity with my scriptures. It's probably one of the biggest things that I need. That's a shortcut of mine, is I need to know my scriptures better. 41:9. 41 now? 41 now? No, it's not Isaiah 41. Where's that at? What's here, can you Google that real quick? Just do some Google foo. Because I don't know what TEH stands for. I don't know what book that is.
Try Psalm 41:9.
Is it Psalm?
Yeah, and Zechariah 11:12-13.
It might be Zechariah, actually.
Or both of them.
That might be it. Zechariah. TEH.
The Psalm 41:9. Yea, mine own familiar friend, in whom I've trusted, which did eat of my bread, hath lifted up his heel against me.
Yeah, what was that, Zechariah?
That was Psalm 41:9.
Oh, that was Psalm. What was Zechariah? Which one was that?
Zechariah 12-13.
12.
11. Zechariah 11. 12-13.
Zechariah 11. Zechariah 11. And I said to them, if it is good in your eyes, give me my wages. No, that's not right.
11, 12-13.
I'm in 11. This is...
Okay. 12-13. Talks about the 30 pieces of silver.
Oh. Yeah, the 30 pieces of silver. No, but what is TEH 41:9?
What is that? That's one.
Is it? No, because it would have been the Old Testament. I'm showing my ignorance here. That or I'm just not. It's not clicking for some reason. Oh well. I will have to figure that out and come back and be like, duh. But that's the little point here. It says TEH 41:9. Let me see this real quick. Oh, I don't want to mess your pattern up. Let's see. It says here TEH. Nine. Is it Psalms?
41:9.
Yeah, it's Psalms.
No, just
Tehillim. That's what it says. Psalms is in Hebrew. It's Tehillim, which is Psalms.
Told you Psalm 41:9.
Did you tell me Psalms 41:9?
Yes, I do.
Psalms. Yeah, TEH. Psalm. Why? Why couldn't you just say Psalms, scriptures? Why? Yeah. Tehillim is Psalms, and so it's 41:9. Even my own friend in whom I trusted, who ate my bread, has lifted up his heel against me. But you, Yahuwah, show me favor and raise me up. There we go. Psalms. So, there it is. Psalms 41:9. 5 minutes of me looking like an idiot. It's okay. We're all there sometimes. Was that the last of the portion?
I think so.
I think so. Not as a celebration, but hey, we made it through an entire, yeah. Made it through an entire go there. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Where's your tabs at?
I don't have tabs.
What? How do you not have tabs? You telling me I have to open this up every single time?
Still recording?
Yeah, it's still going. Come on, we're not doing professional production here. Yeah, so that was it. That was the Torah portion.
Okay.
Exodus, Prophets, and Gospels. Sweet! That's gonna be your flower.
That better than the other one?
I mean,
For the color.
yeah. Because if you look at those chocolate sunflowers, here, let me see. Can I show the people your artwork? Here. Look, guys, it's a. What's this supposed to be again?
It's maybe a sunflower.
It's a sunflower, yeah. I was showing you the chocolate sunflowers with the red petals. Yeah, that's gonna look good, babe. I like it. All right. Yeah. So yeah, this is the weekly tour portion. I know I was waffling about trying to figure out what I wanted to do, whether I just wanted to start from Genesis and read through, but I like doing this because that way I get to spend time with my wife on Shabbat. We can read the Torah portion together and, also read it to y'all as well. And have weird conversations. thoughts and stuff. But yeah, that was it. So yeah, comments would be interesting if you guys feel like leaving comments or questions or whatnot. I'll get back to them, I guess, eventually. My 4 subscribers, y'all. Who knows? Maybe by the time someone else sees this, there'll be many more subscribers. But yeah, any thoughts, babe? Any thoughts? Okay. All right, well, I guess we will see you in the next tour portion, or in any other video. I need to make Proverbs 31.
Yeah, you could have done that on New Year's Eve.
I could have done that on New Year's Eve, but I did not.
And February has 28 days.
Yeah, in February. You know what? I'm just gonna do the video. I'm just gonna do the video and be like, oh hey, here's 31. Wait, did I do 31?
No.
I didn't make the 31 video, did I? No, because I talked about it in procrastination, and then I procrastinated again. Terrible. Yeah. We also might be doing some lives. I kind of want to start streaming lives, just for fun, reading the scriptures and talking about homesteading stuff. So, if you look on YouTube, this is for the people in the know. I have a channel called Slice of Eden that I did way back in the day, when we were still in Virginia, where I did gardening and, kind of started talking about that stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to port those videos onto this channel, because I don't think I'm going to run both channels. I talked about it, but I just kind of want to just keep it to one channel. So what I might do is I might get all those videos on Slice of Eden and port them into their own little playlist on this channel, and then just
put it in a tab.
Yeah, put it in a tab or something. Slice of Eden. I might still keep the Slice of Eden channel. I don't know, because we were talking maybe we'll just do homesteading stuff on Slice of Eden, and we'll do scriptural fun stuff, that has to do with gospel and scripture and whatnot in this channel. But it's a lot of work, and my time is very limited. Yeah, but we'll see where Yah leads us. I'm getting ready to move down to Oklahoma, so that's fun. We bought land. It's great. I'll have to do a video about that at some point, about the land we bought and stuff. Yes, I'll buy video editing software. And I'll spend some money on video editing software, okay? I'll do it. So I can make fun little videos with intros and music and stuff eventually. Or I'll just do this and be like, hey, look at these pictures on the channel. You can post just a photo roll, right? I'll just do that. I'll just do a photo roll and just post it as a video on here. What do you think, babe? No? Yeah. We have to finish up our story series, by the way. We never finished that up. That'll be fun. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful Sabbath, and shalom.